Hey guys, welcome to I'm Adam.
And I'm Bruce.
And welcome to the latest episode of Holy Shit, People Really Like Pokemon Go, so we'd better make some news stories about it.
And whether you still like the game or just want to point and laugh since you're bitter about Pokevision shutting down, we got you covered either way. So get ready for a potpourri of the latest in Pokemon Go happening.
Roll that graphic.
There
There it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, so first up, Pokemon Go is joining every other popular entertainment property in the world because it's getting sued.
Jeez, maybe someday we'll live in a world where someone can make a popular product without attracting legal attention, but that day is not today.
No, keep fighting the good fight, y'all. And before we get too snide, this lawsuit sounds pretty legitimate, right, Lawrence?
Yes, as legitimate as a class action suit can get for something that's very popular.
Yeah.
So this class action lawsuit claims that Pokemon Go placed Pokestops on private property without asking or notifying the owners of that property.
Okay.
Which is true.
Yeah.
As a result, the suit claims that Pokemon Go creators Niantic Incorporated tacitly encouraged trespassing, since the goal of the game is to catch Pokemon and they can gather at said Pokestops.
Sure.
Heard about some guys who fell off a cliff doing that.
They did.
They actually trespassed.
Somebody got stabbed, yeah.
So just sue them. Fuck it. It's all the game's
Yeah.
fault.
Well, they can't. Those guys are dead.
Man, we're saying Poke a lot.
That's fun. Isn't it fun? It's fun though, right? Anyway, this lawsuit has humble beginnings. Plaintiff Jeffrey Martyr was just chilling in his home in New Jersey when at least 5 individuals with phones in hand knocked on his door and asked to get to his backyard to catch the digital boogers.
Oh no. Martyr cites this incident in addition to a few others, such as the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, that discouraged use of the game on museum grounds since, according to the museum communications director Andrew Hollinger, playing there would be extremely inappropriate.
What they would have wanted.
As a result, the class action complaint is now filed in the Northern District of California. Damages have yet to be decided if there are any, but the complaint does list that the aggregate amount in controversy exceeds $5 million.
So if someone knocks on my door because they looked it up on Google Maps, I can sue
For $5
Google?
million, Lawrence, why $5 million?
I just think that they are gunning high because if this class action lawsuit gets awarded damages, it's going to go to every single owner of private property that had a Pokestop on it, provided that they opt into the class.
Jeez.
So that's a lot of money, and there's a lot of money there. We'll get to
Man.
that later.
Okay.
Yeah, so who knows? If there's a Pokestop in your backyard, maybe you'll get a check in the mail for $10 in about 3 years.
Sounds like it's worth it to me. Although your class action gravy train may have just chugged to a halt, without Pokevision, which is that website that showed you where Pokemon spawn, how will people know to trespass on your class action pay dirt in the first place?
Yeah, can you recap Pokevision for us real quick, Lawrence?
Sure, Pokevision was a website that provided tracking information to Pokemon Go players. Basically told you where Pokemon spawn and how long they would be there.
It's the best website in the world, Lawrence.
Was.
I was literally using it all day, every single day. It was great.
Yeah, apparently it was invaluable to the Pokemon Go experience. Many players used it as an aid to direct their catching efforts rather than just wandering around at random and catching another fucking Pidgey.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm looking for Snorlaxes and only Snorlaxes.
Yeah, and sadly, the site closed at the request of Nintendo Niantic 3 days ago on Sunday, July 31st. May we memorialize that day, much like the Holocaust Museum, prompting a backlash from the game's most dedicated players.
Turns out one of those is Pokevision creator Yang Lu, who posted a long and heartfelt open letter to Niantic founder John Hankey yesterday.
Yeah, in it, Lou narrates his intimate history with Pokemon,
Gross.
Which began in 1998 when he first moved to the United States with his family.
Lawrence, what do you say?
He recalls that he, quote, spent countless hours in that video game with my friends, and it became my fondest memory of that time in my life.
Wow.
And as a result, quote, Pokemon is so ingrained with me, and I can't imagine myself being the only one. Yeah, it's the whole flow of the letter is pretty great. He establishes sentiment early and then gets to the nitty-gritty later. I don't know. You see one of these, you start
Only
to see
had
patterns.
a dog to talk to before the whole thing. So he goes on to refute the idea that Pokevision is a cheating tool.
What?
He explains that, quote, we made it so that we can have a temporary relief to the in-game tracker that we were told was broken.
It's totally broken, and by the way, now it's gone, now that they patched Pokemon Go, so there's no tracking at all.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah, however, the fix for that tracker never came, and in that gap, Pokevision grew and grew.
Yeah, according to Lou, Pokevision racked up 11 million daily users and 50 million unique users. That's an absurd number, by the way. Lou's letter claims that 50 million users constitutes a clean half of the total Pokemon Go player base, and that points to a clear conclusion.
Yeah, Nintendo should have just bought the site.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
Anyway, he writes, quote, could it just be possible that the tracker, no matter if Pokevision made it or Niantic made it, is something that players desperately need?
I need it.
Not want, but need.
I need it.
In order to play the game, question mark. So it's a powerful and well-made point, but it may not be the case, right, Lawrence?
Yes. So it's too early to call if this is the end of Pokemon Go now that nobody can
I
track.
need it!
It's definitely the end for Bruce, though.
I need it!
But early data suggests the app is just going to continue plugging along fine without any kind of tracker. App marketing research blog Sensor Tower posted some fresh data indicating that Pokevision's shutdown and the ensuing negative app reviews have had very little effect on the game's actual performance.
That's bullshit. I stopped playing, Lawrence.
Yeah, Bruce is gone, so.
I'm sure Nintendo noticed.
They point to a couple of things, and again, it's still too early to tell, but they show that all the negativity surrounding this whole debacle hasn't decreased players' game session time. In fact, it actually increased slightly over the period in question, going from an average of 25 minutes and 40 seconds before the shutdown to 26 minutes and 5 seconds after the shutdown.
I spent 1 extra minute looking around for other Pidgeys, and then I realized I don't want to play anymore.
Got him!
On top of that, Sensor Tower claims that Pokemon Go has earned $160 million in revenue in less than 30 days on the market, with that figure climbing several million in net revenue per day as more regions gain access to the game.
And as far as revenue is concerned, it's important to note that revenue didn't fall sharply in the days following Pokevision's shutdown, indicating it may have no effect going forward.
Then again, Sensor Tower only has data leading up to August 1st, which is 1 day after the Pokevision shutdown, so it may hit in full force in the week to come.
Yeah, so even if this is the death knell for the Pokemon craze, it's clear Niantic already made shitloads of money off of this product, with many more shitloads on the way.
People can't help but be fucked out of their money with Pokemon Go, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, probably a lot of angry parents out there.
Yeah.
The latest poor sap is 4-time Olympian gold medalist Kohei Uchimura, who started playing the game the week he arrived in Brazil to compete in the 2016 Olympic Summer Games.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Uchimura caught the Pokemon bug without realizing he was burning roaming data the whole time.
Oh, shit.
Before long, the world champion had racked up almost $5,000 in data charges, which probably constitutes the world's most expansive Pidgey. Fucking things are all over the...
Stop it, Pidgeys! Go away!
I'm fucking lousy with Ekans here!
If
By
he gets-
Pokemon bug, do you mean the Zika virus?
Oh, too soon, too soon.
Unsurprisingly, Uchimura's teammate said he looked dead at the team meal that day. Poor guy.
He might get the gold. So we can actually empathize here.
Yeah, that's
Bruce
true.
still doesn't have a Snorlax. Won't someone think of the Bruce?
He's right there. Just
No.
think of him.
Nobody gives a shit about me.
Yeah, the white guy in his 30s. Someone think of
I
him.
need that Snorlax! Did you guys see the Tracer whale tail that Kip just tweeted? Is that a real thing?
I can check on the skin that I...
I was gonna say, can you look? Because I'm very curious.
Wait, Tracer's wearing a thong in the Summer Games?
There's
I don't think it's on a sticker, but it's on Kip's Twitter. She
It's probably a jock strap. It's easier to run that way. And easier for me to jerk off to it.
I mean, so you got a profile view of her here. I don't see anything popping
I'll
out.
check after this.
he'll look. I'm just very curious.
when you're done checking, can I check too?
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
can I check? But can I bring your computer into the bathroom?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.